there's one. There's a big one. There's a big one. That's a big fish. Welcome back to another episode of Bass and Mill 96, and today I want to talk about this guy right here, Mystery Tackle Box. A lot of you guys probably already know who they are, kind of what they do. I'm going to get into this thing a little bit later, but basically this thing was absolutely crucial this day. Like how I was catching these fish, I don't think I would have done it without this thing right here. So stay tuned. Hopefully you guys enjoy the video, and it's still freaking cold up here in Michigan. So that's about, yeah. Got one. Yep, dude, just dead stick in that Ned rig. I'm telling you. This is the deadliest bait I've ever used in cold water fishing. I'll show you the graph in a second, but it's 39 degrees this morning, which is the warmest morning temperature that I've seen so far this year in Michigan. This is just a little bass right here, but we'll get her in the boat. Nice little 12-incher to start the day off. Probably like my 6th cast with the Ned rig. So, like I'm telling you guys, this is the best bait I've ever used in cold water fishing. I mean, chatterbaits and stuff, they work great. You catch a lot of big fish with a chatterbait too. Gosh, let me not fall out of the boat here. Get my boot caught in the net. But yeah, you catch a lot of big fish with a chatterbait and a jig and whatnot, just kind of dead sticking a jig or whatever. But this Ned rig is just insane. It's absolutely insane. I just use the original little Z-Man hook with the original TRD, and the results speak for himself. That's all I gotta say. Nice little fish right there. Get her back in the agua. Awesome. Dude, so fast. But here, let's show you this graph here quick. We actually have 38.7 degree water sitting in like 7 feet. That fish probably came out of about 10 feet or so. Not super deep, but a little bit off the break there. So we're starting out the day here, and I have this little mini tournament planned. It's going to be like a little 2v2, but my buddy's not getting there until like 1 in the afternoon. And then the kid that I'm fishing against and his dad, they're not going to be there until 10 o'clock, and I get there at about 9 a.m. So I start by fishing the Ned rig, which is what I've been absolutely killing him on all spring long up here in Michigan. The water temperature is a frigid 39 degrees, and I just am working that thing super slow on the bottom. So I caught that first fish, and I just want to talk about it really fast, but I got the Ned rig in the Mystery Tackle Box, which the first time I ever saw the Ned rig come out in the market, I thought it was the dumbest thing that I've ever seen in my entire life, and I could promise you for a 100% fact, I would have never bought a Ned rig in my entire life. There's no way I would have ever bought one. There's no way I would have ever thrown one. But the fact that I got one inside of the Mystery Tackle Box, it forced me to try it out. Just because I'm like, well, I have it anyway. I might as well just give it, you know, a couple casts. And if you watch my video from previously in this spring, I caught a 5-pounder like in the first 5 minutes of throwing the Ned rig. And that's something that would have never happened if I would have never got this Mystery Tackle Box. So that's the first thing that kind of happened this day. It just kind of solidified the fact that this thing will help you catch fish that you probably wouldn't have caught if you didn't have it. Oh, there we go. Oh, it's a pike or a walleye. It's a pike or a walleye, dude. Oh, it's a pike. It's a pike. Well, at least you didn't steal my jerkbait, because that's pretty close. There we go. Okay, don't cut my line, dude. Don't cut my line. All right. So that is not the targeted species. We're trying to catch bass, not you. Nice little like 20-inch pike probably though. Not a big one by any means, but smoked that little Lucky Crab jerkbait. Got it in the Mystery Tackle Box. It works. It catches fish. Maybe not bass. No, it definitely catches bass, but first fish of the day. Nice little pike. Or first non-bass species, I guess. So eventually Nick shows up and we're gonna fish this little tournament, and this is kind of how that goes. So right here I'm getting the scale from him, and we decided to do a 3-fish limit, the 3 biggest bass that we catch. So I caught that 1 pike, and then I didn't catch another bass, and Nick tells me he's leaving. He was there for like an hour, maybe an hour and a half, and he's like, this is terrible, I'm gonna get out of here. And I was like, well, I'm gonna stay here and try to figure these fish out. And literally as he's pulling his boat on the trailer to leave, I went back to give him a scale, and I'm right next to the launch, and this is what happens right here. Oh, there we go. Dude, I watched that one come out and smoke it. Yo, Nick, there's one. Well, we were doing a tournament, but Nick's actually dipping out. The bite's been really slow. Finally just got a nice one right there. Oh yeah. It's like a 3-pounder actually. That was one of the, almost got a jerkbait right in the hand. That was one of the coolest freaking catches I've ever had in my life. I watched that thing shoot out from underneath that dock and absolutely inhale this thing. That is nuts. Yeah, that's a nice 3-pounder right there. Freaking 17-inch bass. Chunk too. All right, so finally just stuck a decent one. I've been out here for like 3 hours, caught one little pike, one little bass, and then I just started throwing in jerkbait pretty much primarily as the main bait because I don't think they're sitting on the bottom. I think most of these fish are sitting suspended. I actually talked to one of my friends who lives out here and he said that he's been catching them kind of suspended and stuff too. So starting to throw the jerkbait and hopefully we get into them here, but that's a nice like 3-pound bass right there. Really solid fish. One of the coolest strikes I've ever seen. I literally watched it shoot out from underneath the dock and inhale my jerkbait. So gonna get this fish back in the water and hopefully catch some more like that. I wonder if you guys could have saw that on the camera when that fish came out and smoked it. That's sweet. Let's go. So I caught that fish on the jerkbait. Like I said, I got it in the mystery tackle box and things are about to get a little wild. There's a good, oh, it's a little guy. I was gonna say it's a good one. I was wrong. She done did smoke that jerkbait though. See, I like this jerkbait too because it's a shad pattern, but I don't know, the way that the blue and the green are on it, it kind of looks like a bluegill too. And this like actually has both of them, so I feel like I'm kind of knocking out, you know, 2 birds with 1 stone there. Because when it shimmers in the water, it looks like a bluegill, but then it also has the flash of like a shad. It's really weird, and I feel like that could be the ticket here. I probably need like 2 or 3 more reels. Slash, I need to send like 1 or 2 in that are messed up. There's one. Yeah, it's a big one, dude. It's a big one. It's a big one. It's a big one. It's not as big as I thought, but she's like a 3 or 4. 3 something. She popped off too. Yeah, she smoked it. Right off the dock. Alright, so maybe we won't leave. I don't know yet. Let's see how much this big mama weighs. Yeah, right on the side of the dock. Oh yeah, 4-pounder. 4.05. So pretty much 4 on the dot right there. That's a nice fish. Yeah, let me get a picture of that one. Alright guys, so that is a nice 4-pound fish. It almost looks like her tail's bloody like she's spawning, but that's obviously not the case. The water's 40 degrees right now, but nice solid 4-pound chunk. Pretty much every fish I've caught today has came off a dock, which is kind of weird this time of year. You don't think that they would be sitting underneath a shaded dock like that, but they're using this structure. A lot of them are suspended and they're kind of just following the bait fish around. And I've caught 3 bass in the jerkbait, 2 nice ones, like a 3 and then that 4-pounder, and then that 1 little one. And then I actually caught that little Ned rig fish right off this dock right here. But it seems like the warmer it's getting, the better the fishing's getting. We'll probably stay at this lake the whole time. I was thinking about moving lakes, but if we're gonna catch 4-pounders on jerkbaits, I mean, we'll probably just stick it out here. But yeah, that was a nice fish. Hopefully we catch some more here. I saw some real weird going down. Oh, there's one. Yeah. Now we're gonna swing her on the 1 treble. On the chinny chin chin. There's a nice 2-pounder right there. Come here, girl. Hold on. Okay, calm down. So that is my like 5th or 6th bass today, probably like a 15-incher or so. Not a really fat one. She's actually pretty skinny, but she'd probably go close to 2 pounds. Smoked that jerkbait. That was the first one that came just off a straight breakwall. Everything else has basically been coming off the side of docks and stuff. So interesting to see, you know, a little bit of a different pattern developing here. I figured, you know, some of these steeper breakwall banks will probably be pretty good, and hopefully that continues to happen because we've pretty much exhausted all of the docks in the lake. So this is kind of gonna have to be the deal now. It's nice too since it's so shallow and the water's like pretty clear and everything too. Oh dude, got one on the main lake. What is it? It's a smallie. It is a smallmouth. It's a little, he's not big. I'll bow flip him. We were literally just talking about how if we're gonna catch one out here, I would imagine it'd be a smallmouth. Just came out to the main lake, started checking around. That's probably a tournament keeper. It's like a 14 on the dot probably. If anything, he might be a little short, but about a 14-inch smallmouth. Nice little pound and a quarter fish. Dude, that's sick. All right, so we might stick out on the main lake a little bit longer. Hopefully catch some more of these guys and maybe like a 3-4 pound smallmouth. That'd be freaking awesome. But nice little pounding something, pounding some change right there. Little smallmouth railed the freaking jerkbait. Oh no. Yeah, no. I think that, yeah, there's one. There's a big one. There's a big one. That's a big fish. That is a big fish right there. Oh, it's a big old largemouth. She's got a T-bone too. Holy smokes. On the main lake. It's not even like a giant, but it's like another 3 or 4 pounder. Dude, that felt like a real big one though. I thought that was gonna be a freaking Godzilla. I thought that was gonna be a big smallmouth too. Just because we were just talking about, oh, we didn't really find the smallmouth. We just caught a random one, lays into a freaking toad. This is insane too, because people literally think you can't catch them when it's like 40-degree water. And like, look how she absolutely inhaled that jerkbait. Face first, no, face first. Down her throat, face first. Main lake, point. Kind of just fishing like probably 6 to 8 feet of sand basically. I'm gonna scale her probably too. Let's see here. Yeah, I figured a little bit less than that other one. 3.74, so 3 3/4 pound fish. I've got a 3 pounder, a 3 3/4 pounder, and a 4 pounder right there. Nice freaking day throwing the jerkbait. That's awesome. There's another one. It's no, it's in smallie though. It's a good smallie. That's a keep. That one would definitely keep. He's skinny though. Dude, that's nuts. All right, well, like I said a second ago, I don't know if I was recording earlier, but I caught another smallmouth that was a tiny bit smaller than this one, and then I caught like a 4-pound largemouth. I don't know if I got either of them on camera, both of them on camera, or what happened. But that one's probably like a 15, 16 incher. She's just super skinny, actually. That's probably a 1.5 pounds on a good day, if that even, but she should be like a 2.5 pounder. Nice little small jaw right there. That's awesome. There you go. 15, 16 inch smallie. So for the rest of the day, I catch like, I don't know, 6 or 7 more bass. I caught a couple of really nice ones. I think I had like 2 fish right at 4 pounds and then that 3 pounder and some nice little smallmouth and everything. But I caught every single fish on that jerkbait. And the thing about that jerkbait is it's a color scheme that I've never thrown in my entire life. I'm gonna throw some B-roll clips in probably as I'm talking here, but it's got this really weird holographic kind of action to it. And in the water, I think I mentioned it after one of those fish, it literally looks like a mixture of a bluegill and a shad at the same time, which are the 2 primary sources of forage in this lake. That's like what the bass are eating. And the fact that I'm kind of able to duplicate both of them with one bait, I think was making the difference. And as you can see too, Joel fishing behind me, which Joel's a really good fisherman. Usually he keeps up with me just fine. Like he'll catch the same amount of fish, he'll catch as big a fish. That day, he didn't catch a single bass, and I'm not trying to take a shot at Joel here, because like I said, he's a good fisherman, but he was throwing, I think, a regular sexy shad jerkbait, and I think that my jerkbait was honestly making the difference. And once again, it's something I would never purchase. If I didn't have a Mystery Tackle Box, I would never purchase it. This is not supposed to be like a straight up advertisement for Mystery Tackle Box, but I just want to let you guys know that I really truly do support this company. The fact that you get new baits every single month in the box that you might not purchase like if you were just going to the store, because personally I throw about 5 different baits. Like I'll throw a jig, I'll throw a chatterbait, I'll throw a drop shot, and you know, if I'm throwing a drop shot, I have my set worm for that. I throw a certain jig with a certain trailer, and I don't really try new baits that often. The fact that you could pay either $15 or $25 a month depending on which box you get, it just really gives you a really nice variety of different baits to throw. It lets you try new things that you wouldn't try, and you might find a new bait that is gonna just outfish all these other baits that you usually throw. So if you guys want to check Mystery Tackle Box out, I'm going to leave a link to their website down below in the description, but it's a really awesome company. I really do love getting these boxes every month, and the fact that you get like, I usually get like $30 worth of baits in this $15 box. I mean, like that Lucky Craft jerkbait alone is like a $16 or $17 bait, and that's like the best jerkbait if you ask me. I mean, Mega Basses, they're pretty good too, but I really like throwing Lucky Crafts, and the fact that you get like one bait that's worth your entire box plus like 4 or 5 other things is just, really nice. But thank you for watching today's video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you're not already subscribed, you want to hit that subscribe button. Gonna be posting a ton more videos. I'm actually fishing with John B in like 3 days here. There's probably gonna be like 1 or 2 videos before before the videos with John B, but he's coming up here. We're gonna hopefully catch some freaking Michigan giants, and I will catch you guys next time.